Good morning. Hi, I'm Deanne Fitzpatrick, and this is the live Thursday live at Deanne Fitzpatrick studio. And I'm just drawing a big pattern for to go. We always have two large original patterns out in the front of the studio. And this is a sort of, well, it's kind of a homage to the hooking neutrals. I think this would be beautiful for the hooking neutrals class. So I always have, a couple of original designs. And when I have, so now I've got the pattern drawn on, but now is my time to put in all the little details. So I'm just going to go around and just add some details to this pattern, that I think will enhance it. So that's how I do it. I just draw the first thing on, and then I think I want some more lines here. And then this pattern is pretty much done. And I'm going to grab my coffee, my little pour over. It's like the first thing I do when I come in here in the mornings. We should name this though. So it was things I found at the beach and things, we'll call this one things I met at the sea. I'm gonna grab my coffee and we need to hook. We need to get our hooking out. So let's see what we got going. I'm hoping my friend Lily shows up. I don't know if she's going to be here in time. So we were working on this last week and I used that big earth tone. I had this, got some velvet in here. And now I'm going to so this is kind of a layered landscape. I'm going to take this. I forget what this is called. I'm sorry. But if you go on our studio guides, it's there. So when I do these layered landscapes, how did I get this so tangled up? Okay, there we go. When I do that layered landscape, I'm not always hooking in the direction. I love seeing, like I'm not always hooking in the direction. Sometimes I'm just, so this is a little area here that I'm just going to fill in. And the neutrals course price, I think right now it's still at $49.95, but I just haven't had time to change it. We're probably going to change that today and put it up to its regular price of $69.95. Hooking neutrals, it's still a great deal at that. Probably we did like a pre-registration or a pre-sale where it was $49.95, but that will change today. Yes, today. Okay, I'm going to get this color in here. I love how this is changing from brown to beige, just like right before my eyes. It's so gorgeous. Ooh. So last week we weren't mic'd properly, and we have a mic for Mary this week. We actually bought some extra mics, but our little system will only hold 2 mics, so we're going to have to pass that mic around. And Angela, what did we do after the thing last week? Do you remember? What did we do after our live last week? Do you remember what we did?
I don't remember.
We made a checklist.
Oh, yes.
We made a checklist so we'd remember all the little things. We're just trying to deliver you a better live. That's all we're trying to do. Vicky, our friend Vicky was in today, and she had made a comment last week that she couldn't hear Mary. But we are not a television production studio. We're a rug hooking studio. So I just try to keep that in perspective, But still, we want to do a good job, and we want you to be able to hear us when we're talking. So Lorna, what are you working on down the basement there?
You mean my mess of papers up and down?
All those papers?
She's like, how do you do it?
How do you do it? How do you keep it straight? I was like, our wool cloth has just gotten loaded on the page. You can see that if you were looking at wool cloth and it was sold out, it's probably back there now. And the question for the week, what are we going to ask this week? Let's think. Well, we talked a lot about New Year's resolutions, and let's go somewhere else. Let's go in a different direction. I think it's time to ask the book question again. What is the book that you've been reading that you want to let people know about. So what is it that you've read probably in the last 6 months or the last year that when you go out to a group of people and you're socializing, you say you want to talk about it, you want to tell people about it? Tell us that book. That's always a good question, because then all our listeners and all our watchers get well, I'm a pretty steady reader. Right now I'm reading The Fortunate Brother by Donna Morrissey, and it's really a beautiful book. I just can't get over how she writes and the way she brings like the metaphors that she uses and the way she brings words together. And I also just read a book by Wayne Johnson. So I've been reading Newfoundland books. I went to Newfoundland in November. So think about the books and write it down what you have. So I'm using a wool cloth now, and it's been washed, so it comes up really soft. When you wash your wool cloth, it'll come up a lot softer. And you can see I'm layering my landscape. And I told you last week, this just kind of reminds me of some rugs that Doris Eaton did in grays and blues that were really beautiful. And of course, I'm using the neutrals because that's what I've been thinking about lately. We did another basement video yesterday, and I think Angela's going to put them all together into our own home reno show, aren't you, Ange?
Sure.
Yeah, our own home reno show. So we're pretty much done. I ordered one more set. We hung a set of string lights, and Igor, who works in the basement, said, yeah, we could use another. So I think we'll hang 2 sets of string lights over the area where the ceiling isn't painted, and just to add some prettiness and brightness there.
I love the lights. They're really cool.
They're really cool, aren't they? I know. I love, especially this time of year, I love a little extra light. So I want to get this peak in here. So I'm not going to worry about my lines. I'm going to run out of this wool before I'm able to finish my lines. So, but I do want that peak in here. So I'm going to get that in. Look at that. And you'll see where I hand cut the wool. It's very, very textural. Like, look at that. It's going to be very lumpy and bubbly, and I like that personally. Now I'm going to move to a different area. Oh, where's that velvet? Do I have more of that velvet sticking around here, or did I take it out of here? No, there it is. So I'm going to bring this velvet, and we just going to roll that up again. Just take it and roll it around your hand like that.